Now we've completed entering the PrintQuote Pro defaults on the Preferences 1 tab, we can now go to the Preferences 2 tab. The Preferences 2 tab is where we enter our taxation details. You can create any number of taxation rates, and these will be available in the drop-down menu on both quotes and jobs. To create a new tax rate, click Add Tax Rate. We can give it a name, a code, and a rate. And we can decide whether to make it the default tax rate or not. Click OK to save it. If we wish to change the default rate, we select it, click Modify, and choose Default and save it. Now that becomes the default rate, and that will be chosen whenever we create a new quote or job. To delete a tax rate, first select it and click Delete, and you are asked to confirm the deletion. The Rebuild ID Files option allows you to rebuild quote IDs, client IDs, and job IDs. You only need this to use this feature if you've deleted any quotes, jobs or client records from the database and want to reclaim those IDs. The IDs are saved into 3 separate files, and when you've deleted quotes, jobs or clients, you can reclaim the previously used IDs by clicking the relevant button. The Synchronise Quote Numbers and IDs on Import feature is used to notify another installation of PrintQuote Pro that the quote numbers of the quotes being transferred have to be synchronised with those in the installation that's receiving them. Quotes can be saved to a USB memory stick, or they can be emailed to another installation. Quotes can be sent between 2 installations of PrintQuote Pro, and this is used when the installations are unable to be linked by a network. If, for example, you have a laptop at home and you wish to complete quotes in the evening when you go home, instead of staying behind in the printery to complete your quotes, you can go home, be with your family, complete the quotes later in the evening, and then email them to a specific email account set up for the purpose. And there's 2 main ways in which quotes can be transferred from one installation of PrintQuote Pro to another. One is by emailing the quote to this specific email account, then accessing that account from the computer in the office and loading the quote, which will then be synchronised if this is selected. 2 is by saving the quote to disk or a USB flash stick and then opening it on the office computer. If the synchronised quote numbers and IDs on import checkbox is selected on the computer the quote is created on, then when it is opened and loaded on the receiving computer, a new ID code and quote number will be created on that machine. If the client and stock don't exist on the receiving computer, then these will be added when you import the quote. The quote title is the title that will appear at the top of the default printed quote, and the inverse title is the title that will appear printed at the top of the default printed invoice. The default salesperson drop-down menu allows you to select the salesperson you want to appear by default when a quote or job is created in PrintQuote Pro. You're able to change a salesperson when in the quote or job if you wish. If you leave it blank, the salesperson will have to be selected in each quote and job. To add a new salesperson, click on the menu and choose Add Salesperson. Click OK. To modify the salesperson, first select it and choose Modify. Click OK to save it. To delete a salesperson, first select it and then choose Delete Salesperson. You'll be asked to confirm the deletion. The Choose Record Output layout gives you the option of displaying different information in the output layout of both quotes and jobs. If you choose Display Salesperson, the list will show the salespeople in the 8th column of the output list. If you choose Display Contacts, the contacts details will be displayed in the 8th column of the quote output list. The system password is a password that locks quote and job templates so they cannot be accidentally edited by users creating jobs or quotes. You can leave it blank if you do not need the security precaution. In the future there may be changes to the database file, and we may in future send you a change to the PrintQuote Pro data file. The system password is used to gain access to the dialog that allows you to run SQL slips to modify the data structure of the PrintQuote Pro database. If on the startup screen, in the startup screen, you hold down Control-Shift-Alt and press the S key, and you'll be asked if you wish to run a script. If you click Yes, you'll be asked to enter the system password to open a dialog box in which to paste in and run the script we send you. For example, if we enter 123, we can click here to see if to read the actual characters. Click Apply. We hold down the Shift Control Alt key and press the S key. Then we can run a script. We're asked to enter the password. Click OK, and then we can paste a script in to actually run, which can modify the data file. This will only happen if we make any modification to the data file that have to be made to your data file. Just a convenient way to do that without having to go to great lengths to change your data file structure. Also, if we go to a template and want to modify a template, click on the Modify button. We'll be asked to enter the password, and then we can enter anything on the template then and save it. Each time you save it, you have to reapply the password. Now it's uneditable again. To edit the password, you have to know the original password. Then you can edit the password. Click OK to save it.